Well, good afternoon, folks, and welcome back to the farm. Today is one of those hair straight back kind of days, although we did just have 5 minutes for an ice cream, didn't we, Charlotte?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I had yellow.
You had a yellow one. That's awesome. Yeah, we just got back from Bloom Enterprises. Just went out and picked up a bag of feed in between loads of screenings. So this is where, in between the power poles and the big tarp here, this is where the greenhouse is going to go. And of course we live on, God forbid we have level ground. So we brought in 22 yards of screenings. That's one load. The second load's coming. So this load is just for the greenhouse. The second load is, we've got this big cavernous dip right here that's just no good for anything. And that's kind of right where we want to put the kids' swimming pool, where it was last year.
You're a dirty rascal.
I'm a dirty rascal?
Yep.
Oh man.
Because I'm up here on the hill.
Well, that's me told. So before the screenings got here, we did actually started cutting some lumber. We got some pressure treated stuff here and over there. That's just for the base.
Hello.
And then I'm gonna get some other stuff that's not pressure treated. It's gonna sit on top of that. And there's gonna be these big anchor spikes that I welded up last night. These bad boys, 2 feet long, are gonna go get pounded down and into the ground so that nothing blows away. I think I am gonna have to ask my wife what side she wants the door on. I mean, logically you would want it on the south side where the door to the other greenhouse is and everything just kind of faces out into the yard. But then I'm looking at kind of where it's positioned, and so this is kind of our kitchen garden where we grow lettuce greens for the grasshoppers and strawberries and carrots, and I think that's beetroot for the chickens, not intentionally for the chickens. You're gonna jump down that hill?
No.
So, but it might make sense to have the door on this side. But maybe I'm just overthinking it. I'm watching. Whoa, that's pretty athletic. If I tried to do that, I think I'd tear whatever muscle or ligament or tendon I had in my knee completely out. Go for it. Whoa. Girls eating carrots?
Yeah.
Are they the best ever?
Oh.
I don't think Finn can quite bite off her carrot like that yet. Hey, still just nibbling. Is it good? Yeah. Well, now that we got all our screenings delivered, girls have had their garden snack. You would think I'd want to get after that pile of screenings, and I do, but I can't have them two littles running around while I'm running the tractor. That's just kind of a recipe for a farm disaster. So we'll wait till after they go to bed, and then I'll fire up the tractor. I got probably an hour and a half window until I piss the neighbors off in between bedtime and just, you know, quiet time, so to speak. But for now, I'll get the side-by-side out and get hooked onto the water trailer, and we're gonna run a load of drinking water down to the rams. Well, I didn't get doing the tractor work. It was now 7:30 in the morning on Saturday morning. And down in the wooded section, our 2 dogs just put the run on a couple of coyotes. Obviously it ensues. I think they were trying to get into where our lambs are in the forested section down there. We'll see when the 2 boys come back here, if they're packing body parts. We did have one of our viewers recently ask, actually it was the day that we moved the lambs down there, whether or not we do or don't have problems with coyotes, or how we managed to get away with that. And honestly, I can say it's really down to the 2 dogs. So the Great Pyrenees has the power and the Healer has the speed. So it just seems to be like the Healer can go down there, catch up to them, engage them, and then once the Pyrenees gets down there, just tears them limb from limb. And he has, in fact, on a number of occasions, brought home like a whole coyote leg. Like, I literally will tear them limb from limb. So, but they're on the hunt there now. Be interesting to see how this turns out. Hey there, big fella. You had some adventures this morning? Guess he doesn't want to talk about it. That's okay. We're down here now in the big pie-shaped piece, which is just adjacent to the forested area where we put the lambs in. So we wanted to come check them. But while I'm down here, I also want to do the old switcheroo with the water trailers. So I had this one set up for the ewes, and then this one set up for the rams over there. Now you can't see it here, but there is actually an ephemeral draw that goes through right here and then goes through the trees and then off down to the lake. And we had 2.5 inches of rain the other day, and so it's full of water. So we snuck in with the side-by-side yesterday and got this out because it was emptying, so the rams need more water. But why I'm going to do the old switcheroo, this little pizza cutters, right? 1,000 liters of water. Well, I probably only have about 550, 600 in there right now. But nevertheless, I'm not optimistic that I'm going to make it across the creek without burying that thing in there. This thing is a bit lower, longer, wider tires. So I'm just going to put this one in here for the ewes, take this one back up to the yard, get it filled up, and bring it back for the rams. Now just here with the lambs. You see one here. He's limping away. I'm just waiting for it to get a little bit closer. So I don't know if that's because of a pursuit with a coyote or if we got tangled up in the bush, but we'll have to have a closer look at it here. So in addition to a limping sheep, I found a spot where the fence was lifted up there. Just there was a bit of a dip in the ground. So I put a post in there, and then I'm looking over here and I can see there's a cow, or I don't know if it's a cow or the bull, is off in the field by itself. All the other ones are over to the east. That one's by itself and it's laying down. So we're gonna go find out what's going on with that. We're just gonna leave the side-by-side back here and walk the rest of the way. There's about 40 crows surrounding the bull. I'm just gonna walk up to him, see what the deal is, because all the cows were in here this morning when the shenanigans ensued with the coyotes. So I don't know if that had anything to do with it or not, but all the cows made their way across the creek. I won't get stepped on. So we'll go see if this fella will even get up here, or just what's going on. Go on there, fella. You good? Are you good? What's going on there, mister? Ranger, sit down. Don't harass him. Sure, his first few steps he takes, he's going to be a little bit stiff from laying down here, but... Oh yeah, you got a sore hoof too. Well, we better walk you up to the corrals too, mister. Well, just called the father-in-law there. He's about 15 minutes up the road at the brother-in-law's place, so he'll swing by here. We'll get this fella into the corrals and see if we can get a closer look and see what's going on with him there. But for now, I'm going to take this water trailer up, get the girls back up in the yard, and top that up. So we've had a look at the bull here, and the official verdict, he's gonna go home to Rio Grande. So we're gonna slowly walk him up to the corrals there while the father-in-law, he's got to run the tractor and disc back to Rio Grande. So that'll be a couple hours, just that alone. But that'll give us time to walk this fella back in the corrals, get him penned up, give him a bit of chop, calm him down, and then the father-in-law come back with a big stock trailer and give him a ride home. And then his right rear foot is a little bit swollen there, so I'm not sure what that's all about, but get him away from the ladies. He's done anyways. It's time to pull him anyways, so and he doesn't need that kind of stress of, you know, jumping across the creek when it's wet and stuff like that anyways. So he might as well go up and just relax for the rest of the season. So I'm just checking on my sheep friend that had a limp here this morning. This front hoof here, it's got full range of motion. Everything seems all right. Nothing seems broken. So I think it's just a kind of a pulled muscle or something like that. So we're gonna let this fella go and just keep an eye on it for a couple of days. Hopefully it doesn't strain itself too hard. If it doesn't seem like it's gonna improve or anything like that, I'll pull it up to the yard and keep it close to the barn for a couple of days. But for now, might as well just take a nap. Okay? I'm in the shop here now because the Lord is testing me today. Let me tell you. So I'm going to conduct a test of my own. I came out, Finley's down for a nap, came out with Charlotte. She's got an ice cream. I thought this would be a perfect time. She can sit by the greenhouse, eat an ice cream. I'm going to fire up the other tractor, move some dirt, fired it up. It ran for about 3 seconds and then quit. And then eventually I cranked it over until the battery died. So I hooked the truck to it, got it boosted, cranking it over, can't get it to fire, cannot get it to fire. Pour a little bit of gas on the air filter, shoved it in, it fired right up, ran for 3 seconds, died again. Went to check the carb and got a beer bottle, and look what came out of there. I mean, I'm sure there's more, but that's all water. We're gonna take a little test here and see. Yeah, look at that. Won't even burn. So that's all water. Now we did get 2-3 inches of rain the other day, and maybe my gas cap, maybe it's not sealed, but that is an incredible amount of water to come through into a carb. So I guess I'm going to dump about $100 worth of gasoline into a bucket, because can't have that in the system. Oh, we got all the Kool-Aid drained out, got it fired, and it's running again there now, but it's running like Rice Krispies. It's just popping and farting like an old Massey 44, but it'll level off here. We'll let it get good and warm before I go do any work with it. That way, if there's any few droplets of water, at least they're gonna hit good hot cylinders and just splash off right away. And I don't want to work too hard while it's still cool. Have water go through there, and just makes it run like dog shit overall. That's disappointing. I don't know why. I keep a Campbell soup can over top of that fuel cap lid just for that very reason, actually, just to kind of keep water out. But like I said, it was a torrential downpour for a number of days, and I did pull it out of the shop because I had work to do on that horse trailer. I should have left something else outside, I guess, and maybe the side-by-side or something, left that outside, or maybe even parked the tractor in the barn. I don't know. But anyways, we're back on track finally. Well, it took quite a bit of farting around to get the old tractor actually running better. After the last little shot there, it did die again the minute I moved it. Took another big gulp of water. So I'm thinking, this is the only thing I can think of, is it was raining so heavy that on that flat plane on the hood, which I had to take off, and the hood of the tractor, it was probably raining so heavy that the water level existed at a static gradient higher than that of the fuel cap. So the fuel cap would have been submerged, and of course the seal in there, I mean, it keeps the flies and the raccoons out, but it's not going to keep any water out if it was submerged. That's the only thing I can think of. But yeah, like probably 6 liters of water I pulled out of there. Crazy, absolutely crazy. All right, we got one kid in bed, the other one's in the playhouse with a popsicle, and I think it's time to fire this little baby up. I'm gonna leave the hood off just in case for some reason. It took me a long time to get all the water out of this gas tank, and I think I got it all, but anyways, we'll leave the hood off just in case I gotta pull the tank again. And but I really want to get after getting some dirt moved, so let's get after it. Well, I made it about 35 feet from there to here. Here we are. So maybe I don't have all the water out. There's probably some residual in the line that I blew it out and everything, but maybe there's some still in there. You know what? Silly me. I had the fuel shut off. Let's see if this thing fires up. Come on, baby. Woo. Oh, I almost tore that tank off again. Well, it's fair to say that pile of dirt does not look like that pile of dirt anymore. So that's a win. It's not as smooth as it could be. Of course, trying to do that with a 50-year-old two-wheel drive tractor is not quite the same as doing it with a skid steer, but took a few hours probably. Then you know, it probably could have taken about 15 minutes with a skid steer. But anyways, it's flat. I'll come back with a rake tomorrow, fill in a few holes, and we'll see what the wife thinks in the morning. I think this morning when she got home from work, she was hoping that that pile was flat, and I think she was a little bit disappointed. But yeah, the kids were having none of it last night. Didn't want to sleep. I couldn't sleep. I think it was about 2 o'clock in the morning was the last time I checked the clock. So that was no fun getting up at 6 or 7 or whatever time the kids got up at. So I think that's a pretty good cue for me to call it a night. Maybe make a cup of tea. See if we can find a little snack. Maybe dig a carrot or something out of the garden for a snack tonight. So I'll let you go for now. I hope you have a fantastic evening. We'll see you tomorrow.